Europe is facing a moment of reckoning. Economic stagnation, political dysfunction, and tech underperformance have collided. You hear the talk on the street, in the cafes, in the halls of power. Europe is in a hard moment. It's not just one thing, it's a pileup. A crisis of money, a crisis of politics, a crisis of technology. The problems bleed into each other. They feed on each other. It's a slow burn fire. The smoke is getting thicker. People are starting to notice the heat. The old certainties are gone. Unease has settled across the industrial heartlands of Germany and the political salons of Paris. The numbers don't lie. Had Europe grown at the US rate over 2 decades, income would be $3 trillion higher every year. 3 trillion euros. The EU economy is roughly 18% smaller than it would be. That's like adding the entire economy of France. Instead, that money was never made. Lost potential. Millions of uncreated jobs, thousands of unfunded companies, a significant loss of global standing, lower wages, strained services, less money for pensions and defense. Money is power. Less income means less research, fewer startups, a quieter European voice in a world of giants. Mario Draghi knows money. He ran the European Central Bank. He saved the euro. When he talks, people listen. In September 2024, his words were a bucket of cold water. He put the problem in the starkest terms. Draghi warned Europe is on a path to irrelevance. Without a massive change in direction, the EU's share of global GDP could drop below 10% by 2050, a fall from power to marginalization. His warning also had a price tag. Europe must invest hundreds of billions more each year. This isn't tinkering or finding small efficiencies. It's a fundamental shift. Mobilizing capital on a generational scale. Channel public money into the future. Channel private money into the future. Technologies and industries that define the 21st century. The old way is finished. Incremental and cautious won't cut it. Draghi offers a blueprint. Reward innovation, simplify rules, unite capital. This isn't just economics, it's survival. Look at France. In December 2024, the government collapsed. France is the EU's second largest economy and a political pillar. Turmoil in Paris shakes Brussels, Berlin, Rome. Paralysis in Paris risks EU-wide paralysis. Then Germany, the engine, starts to sputter. Workers at Volkswagen went on strike. Deep job cuts loom in the EV transition. A demographic drag, an aging population, and a shrinking workforce. When Germany slows, Europe feels the draft. Stagnation fuels anger. Voters feel left behind. Simple, angry messages gain ground. Talk of pulling back or leaving the euro poisons confidence. It spooks investors, blocks long-term planning. Want the truth? Don't listen to speeches. Look at numbers. French-German spreads widened to 2012-like levels, a red flag. France pays more interest. That money has to come from somewhere. Less for schools, hospitals, the green transition. With high debt and big deficits, the straitjacket tightens. Spreads widening signal Eurozone cohesion at risk. This fragmentation is exactly what the ECB has fought to prevent. Doubt can spread like contagion, turning political risk into financial fact. Hardship fuels extremism, raises yields, worsens the economy. A doom loop Europe must escape. A weaker euro, parity, signals deep anxiety and emboldens radical ideas. Europe excels at precision manufacturing, world-class engineering. But today's value is in software, platforms, and scale. Where are Europe's equivalents of Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Tesla, Nvidia? Europe has no true peers at that scale. China grew giants like Alibaba and Tencent. Europe mostly consumes others' platforms. These ecosystems mint profits, attract talent, drive innovation. EU startups struggle to scale versus Silicon Valley or Shenzhen. They hit ceilings, get acquired, or fail to leap global. That widens the productivity gap and creates strategic dependency. A big reason is money, venture capital. US markets are deep, mature, aggressive. China mixes state and private risk. Europe's VC is smaller, fragmented, cautious. Funds are smaller, so checks are smaller, Ambition caps out. More risk-averse culture pushes earlier, smaller exits. Regulatory fragmentation blocks pan-European funds at scale. Without deep, unified, aggressive VC, Europe starts companies, but struggles to scale them. Cloud, social, AI, dependence on others is a strategic risk. In a sharper world, relying on foreign digital rails is a risky game, you know. Close the tech gap, close the productivity gap. Build giants or be shaped by them. For decades, German cars meant quality, engineering, performance, but the ground shifted, fast. EVs turned cars into software on wheels. New leaders came from outside old auto, Tesla, and China's BYD with massive scale and support. They're challenging incumbents on Europe's turf. Volkswagen missed the first wave, now downsizing and racing to catch up. This is about workers, suppliers, entire regions. The future is built on sand, literally. Chips, power phones, cars, data centers, defense. The chip crunch exposed Europe's dangerous dependency. Europe's catching up, CHIPS Act, new fabs, but the race is costly and late. The US and China are outspending. Goal, return to the cutting edge, design and manufacture. Same story across frontier tech. Great science, weak scaling. Modernizing olives won't match a gigafactory or a world-class AI lab. Pick bets, focus capital and political will. Prosperity follows scale. The picture is grim, but not hopeless. Europe has a highly educated workforce, world-class research, a powerful industrial base and deep tech expertise. Some strengths are unique and hard to copy. Global leaders in wind, potential in grids, hydrogen, circular economy. High standards can be a brand advantage, if paired with agility. But $3 trillion is the symptom. The disease, underinvestment, fear of risk, fragmentation. No magic bullet, just bold, coordinated urgency. Invest, massively, public and private, into the future. Fix the money pipeline. Build a true capital markets union. Write big checks. Take big risks. Use incentives and reforms. Streamline rules. Speed is survival. Manage decline or engineer a renaissance. The time to act is now. Subscribe, comment, and share.